Oh my gosh, guys, look how big he's gotten in just a month. She is pregnant. Here's the Oscar. We have found out who Billy Badass is. So check this out, guys. While we were videotaping the pond, look what I found. Guys, I cannot wait to show you how big this red-tail catfish has gotten in just 1 month. It's been about a month ago since I posted the last update on him, and he has, I don't know, tripled if not quadrupled in size. I cannot wait to show you that. Also, guys, behind me used to sit some tanks. There's no more tanks back behind me. I've cleared space for something big, and I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek, so let's go ahead and check it out. I have some big plans I'm going to kind of go over with you. Just a little bit, little teaser here. The piranha tank used to sit here. I have broke that down completely. It is gone. And we are tearing down the dwarf caiman's enclosure as well. Something big is going here. I will let you know. It will be 8 foot long, 4 foot wide, and about 5.5, 6 foot tall. So big things coming, like I said, guys. And this is the start of it. We are moving everything out. Yeah, big things coming, guys. Back behind me, I cannot wait to bring you that video. If you guys watched last week, you'll know that I had some struggles with the pond and some of the other tanks and some of the tank mates as well. Just a bad week. So I want to take you along and give you a checkup on everything that's going on in the pond and the Oscar. As many of you know, my Oscar got beat up pretty bad by some of the new fish that were in the pond that I brought from the Ohio Fish Rescue. He's doing great and I can't wait to show you. Let's go ahead and check everybody out. As you can tell, everybody is doing great in the pond. Sorry for the glare. The sun is bright. It is early in the morning. As you can tell, everybody's swimming around doing good. As you can see here, you can see a little bump on the back of her by the tail. She is pregnant, and we are awaiting babies once again from her. She did give birth to her very first pup back towards the end of December. And she is due for her second batch here soon. And that's going to be the dad. Isn't he beautiful? Look at all that crazy spotting and patterns, guys. Wow. And then we got the inseparable pair here of ripsaw catfish. They always stick next to each other no matter what. I've never seen a close bond like this before. But every time I come into the pond, they are right next to each other. They get along great. And just to show you the size of these beasts, this is a 30-inch ripsaw catfish. So he's pretty big too. But he looks a little smaller compared to the bigger one. As you can tell, the stingrays are huge and the catfish is even bigger. But since it's hard to see a lot of the fish with the glare from the sunroom, I'll go ahead and dip the camera down below and we'll check out the fish underneath the water. Now the giant gourami down here, he's pretty shy. Every time I open up the pond, he goes and hides. We'll see if we can get him out. Come on, bud. Come on, back up. Back up, let everybody see you. Now this is the one that was beaten up on the Oscar pretty well. So we'll try to get him out because he is beautiful. Come on. There you go. Get out there and show everybody how beautiful you are. There he goes. Isn't he beautiful? Now, hopefully, he can settle his differences with the Oscar. And I'll give you guys an update on the Oscar here in just a minute. But I just wanted to show you that the disaster we avoided in this pool pond is over with. And everybody is back to normal. If you missed last week's video, one of my heaters went out. This pond dropped into the low 60 degrees before I found out that the heat was off. And That low of a temperature can shock your fish, considering I was having a temp in this pond in the mid 80s. It dropped over 20 degrees within probably a day or so. So it is good to see everybody back to healthy, being normal, and eating like crazy now. So check this out, guys. While we were videotaping the pond, look what I found. A Stingray Barb. Wow, look at that up close. Look at those jagged edges, almost like a combat knife, guys. Could you imagine getting poked by one of these and trying to pull it out with these reverse edges that are on here? Man, these things are designed to pack a punch, I'll tell you that. But look how sharp that is, guys. Now, this isn't my biggest one, but this still is a pretty decent size. Imagine that going into you. But, pretty neat. So I figured I'd show you that, guys. Something you don't see every day. But these Stingrays, they normally carry 2 barbs on them almost at all times until they shed this and they start growing a new one. And they shed their barbs probably every, 3 to 5 months depending on the species. But yeah, that's pretty neat. Look at that. Awesome sauce, guys. So cool. Look at that. Wow. Alright, guys, here's the Oscar. As you can tell, he is healing up pretty fast. For only being a week since his injuries, he is doing pretty good. Remember last week you could see his flesh where his scales were peeled back. Now look at him. His scales have covered. There's no more flesh. Let's see if we can get a close look on the other side. Here we go. But look at that, guys. He's healing fast. His fins are already grown back. And it looks like he's on his way to 100% recovery, and he's already eating as well. So I'm super happy to have this guy back, and hopefully he'll gain his color back that he used to have as well, because he was a very beautiful Oscar, but he is doing just fine, guys. I've had a lot of people asking how he's doing on Instagram, and here you guys go. And here are the Caribbean piranhas over here. As you can tell, they're both doing good. We've also found out who Billy Badass is, and it's this Caribbean piranha here. As you can tell, the second one's beat up a little bit. So this is the one that has been killing almost everybody. So we have them separated with a divider. I have some big plans for these two. Big tank and more tank mates. I'm going to also add some bucktooth tetras in here to help calm the aggression of the piranhas. So they're going to get a huge new home, more tank mates, and more what we call dither fish to keep the aggression away from the piranhas. So big plans coming up on these guys, so stay tuned on this. So now you guys know all the fish are doing great, but it's time to check out the growth on this red-tailed catfish. It is insane, guys, and I can't wait to show you. Let's go check him out. So he is out right now. Look how big he's gotten, guys. Now, I did have him sectioned off on this other side back here, but I wanted to bring him out to the other side with the other grouts so you guys could get a great size comparison of how much he's put on in just 1 month, guys. Here's some of the grow outs here that he was housed in. But look at him now. Look at him compared to the size of the other grow outs. This is why you can't have small fish with red tails. They will outgrow them. There he goes. And eat them. And like I said, I just brought him over for video purposes. We're going to feed him some tilapia, and then we're going to get him out of the tank and measure him as well. Here he comes, guys. Look how big he is. He makes my stingrays look small. Did you see that? Took that big chunk down like nothing. And this is one of the reasons why red-tailed catfish grow so fast. They eat a lot of food, and it is really hard to usually feed the other fish. He's not being as aggressive eating right now because I just moved him over to the other side of the tank, and he's probably a little out of sorts. But we'll see if we can get him to come over here and eat some more. But look at those grow outs compared to him. And sorry, the tank is a little cloudy and stirred up. I moved some decorations out so he had more room to swim out here so we could get a good look at him. I feel like just a month ago he was a little bit bigger than this bass coming up to us. Now look at him. The Stingrays, they're doing good work of the tilapia, that's for sure. They are very aggressive eaters. These are both babies. Oh, here we go, guys. Yeah, look at him. He's like a vacuum cleaner. Should name him Hoover. Go get you some more, buddy. There's more out there. Look how big he is. This, he used to be the size of those Stingrays, if not maybe a little smaller. Now look at him, guys. Look at him. He's took down about 5 pieces now, and these are decent-sized chunks, too. What do you guys think? Let me know your guesses down below of how big you think he's grown before we actually measure him. I like to see how close people are going to get to this. And be honest. Take a guess now before we measure him. What do you think he's sitting at? Last month, he was at about 5 inches. What do you think he's at now? Just to give you guys a size reference, that's a 2-inch air stone that he's swimming next to. Let's hear those guesses. There he is compared to his grow-out tank mates that he was with. Look at the size comparison, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh, he must not be hungry. He's already ate a few big pieces of tilapia, so he's probably full. I normally do not see this catfish back down from food. That's kind of crazy. Come on, big guy, get it. Wow, he must really be full now, guys. Crazy, crazy. Normally, he would eat everything in the tank that I feed him. But of course, when I get him on camera, he wants to do the opposite. Get a nice big close-up of him. Look at that mouth. Big boy. Wow. Alright guys, it is time to get him out to measure him. There we go. Alright. He's feisty, look at him. There we go. Now, I got him in the same container that we had him in a month ago when we took the measurements, just so you guys got a good size reference of just exactly how much he's grown. So, this is the same tote we used a month ago when he was just a baby, when I first picked him up and was acclimating him. So now you guys can get a good side-by-side view of how big he's grown. Okay, so we are going to try to get a measurement on this guy and see how big he's grown. Remember last time he was a little bit fidgety, but he's looking around, man, 9.5 inches. Let's see here. Yeah, guys, he's sitting right around 9 to 9.5 inches. If you remember last time, he was sitting right around 4.5 to 5 inches. It's hard to get an exact measurement on him, but just a month ago, he was around 4.5 to 5 inches, and in 30 days, he's gotten this big, which is about 9.5 to 10 inches. Pretty crazy, guys. I knew he about doubled in size, but the thickness of him, he's almost quadrupled in. He's so thick and eats well. He's so much bigger now. Look at that, guys. Compared to my hand, how he used to be, look at him now. Man, 1 month growth is all this is. This catfish might be about 2 months old. That is about it. And he's already pushing 10 inches. And guess what, guys? He's big enough and ready enough for the pond. He eats with the best of them. I think he'll be okay in the pond. So let's go ahead and throw him in. So he's ready to go in the pond. We'll go ahead and scoop him up. All right, follow me, Lucas. All right, guys. Here he goes. I cannot wait to see how big he gets in the pond. But look how massive he was, and now look at him. He's still got some size to him, but he's in with some bigger fish. But no worries, there's no fish big enough in here that could eat him, and I am not worried about him not eating with the other ones. He's very competitive when it comes to eating, so I don't think the bigger fish will out-eat him either. I think he'll do very well in this, and he's going to grow really fast. I cannot wait to see until next month 30 days of growth in this huge pond. It's going to be ridiculous. Almost every fish I've thrown in here goes on a huge growth spurt when they get thrown into the pond. It just seems like the bigger the water volume, the quicker the fish grow. So I expect a big growth burst from him here these next couple of months. So here he is. He's settled in nicely. He's kind of found a spot over here next to the pumps where he's been staying around. But he seems to be doing a-okay. and nobody has been messing with him either. Here comes Big Mama. Look how big she is compared to the red tail. He looks so massive in the other tank. Now look at him, guys. He's going to get dwarfed by the stingray. Look, where'd he go? There he is. That is hilarious. But yeah, he's going to have a lot of growing to do. And I cannot wait to see just how much he grows in the next couple of months in this huge pond. Alright guys, so he has found his place in the pond. He is getting along with everybody. He's doing great. But just to show you the size of my other fish, look how little he looks in the pond, guys. But he'll be just fine. I cannot wait to show you the growth that comes here in the next couple of months from him being in this pond. And I hope that this video does some good for the people out here that are considering buying a red-tailed catfish. Hopefully these growth numbers will prevent you from doing so, because honestly guys, red-tailed catfish should be one of the fish that should not be in the hobby. They just get way too big, and that's why the Ohio Fish Rescue has a bunch of them. If you guys are wondering why Matt is saying don't get red-tailed catfish, and he has a red-tailed catfish, that is the only fact that this was a rescue for the Ohio Fish Rescue that was literally in the same city as me. I went and rescued him for them, and we're going to grow him out so we can document the red-tailed catfish's growth, just to show you guys that this fish gets huge quick. But that's going to wrap this video up, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a blast making it for you, and I'll see you guys in the next.